This is why it sucks to be a young Thug fan in 2025, and trust me, each reason cuts deeper than the last. The self-leaked diss track. Thug's big statement this year, a song closing arguments he supposedly leaked himself. Instead of a comeback anthem, it was basically a snitch confessional diss tape. He admitted, yeah, I did what I did with police, then immediately claimed he'd die before he tells. Bro, that's like saying I'm vegan but pass me the steak. Then he went nuclear on his ex-YSL camp. Gunna, Yacht Gotti, Woody, Slug, Obama, Slime Life Shawty, DK, all branded rats in one verse.
Gunna wreck, yeah wreck, Slug a wreck, Woody wreck. Fuck that nigga Obama, he still mad about baby mama.
But here's the irony. Thug himself pled guilty too, so the diss felt less like bars and more like throwing rocks from a glass house. To top it off, he rapped about sliding with guns like the mailman while on probation with strict no gang terms. The DA probably had the track on repeat, smiling. So yeah, Thug basically wrote a diss track that could double his evidence. Genius move, right? But if you thought that was peak hypocrisy, wait till you hear how the snitch saga really dragged his name through the mud. The snitch saga. Remember when Thug was the untouchable king of the streets? That image got murdered by a leaked police interrogation video from 2015. In the footage, young Thug voluntarily spilled tea to Atlanta detectives about the Lil Wayne tour bus shooting, even linking his own associate Pee Wee Roscoe to the crime. The man who once rapped about being slime was out here feeding investigators info without a lawyer present, calling it an honest mistake. Bruh, an honest mistake? Even infamous snitch Tekashi 6ix9ine joked that Thug's cooperation must have been a big mistake as well. The hypocrisy was painful. Thug spent 2 years branding Gunna a snitch, only for us to find out King Slime might have been singing to the cops himself. Pee Wee Roscoe even jumped on IG Live to defend him, claiming Thug was clean as Listerine.
Politicking, man, Jeff, clean as Listerine, man, clean as Ivory soap, you feel what I'm saying?
But by then, the damage was done. The internet had already stamped him as the biggest hypocrite in the game. For a Thug fan, watching your idol's street cred collapse, and mostly from his own actions, is straight up heartbreaking, and guess what? It gets worse from here. The worst friend. You know it's bad when I'd rather have 100 enemies than one friend like Young Thug becomes the vibe. In 2025, leaked jail calls showed Thug going scorched earth on his industry pals. This man dissed Drake, Future, Travis Scott, the Migos, Lil Baby, Lil Durk, and Glorilla. Basically, Avengers level alliances gone in one go. Thug was heard clowning Future's parenting, calling him a 40-year-old still wilding with baby mamas, and calling him fake for not doing a free show. He badmouthed Drake for being pushy about a collab, and even said Drizzy should talk to the president to pardon him instead of asking for a feature. And Travis Scott? Thug joked Travis has 11 murders on his hands from the Astroworld tragedy, an astonishingly low blow to a supposed friend. Bruh, who does that? All this leaked smack talk made Thug look like the snake of YSL. Quavo showed up to support Thug in court, and Thug repaid him by saying the Migos were washed up money losers. He even implied Gucci Mane, the OG who put him on, had gone soft after prison. The result? Nearly every ally distanced themselves. Remember, these same rappers, Drake, Baby, Future, Durk, all rallied behind Thug during the trial, cutting off Gunna for him. Now Thug's burned them too. As fans, we went from dreaming about superstar collabs to watching our guy become hip-hop public enemy #1. It's lonely on Slime Island now, and if alienating the whole industry wasn't bad enough, Thugger also started fumbling the bag on the music front. No hits, plenty of misses. When Thug came home on probation in late 2024, fans expected a historic comeback, maybe a first day out banger, a chart-topping album, the works. Reality? Oof. Thug's new music has been mid at best, cringy at worst. His first music release was a forgettable verse on a Lil Baby song, Dumb Dumb and Dumber. Next he dropped a single called Money on Money with Future. Fans online flat out called it underwhelming and generic, a typical song. Imagine waiting years for your favorite artist's comeback track, only for everyone to shrug and say, "Meh, it's alright I guess." The hook was forgettable, Thug's flow sounded uninspired, and even Future's verse couldn't save it. And to top it off, Thug used the song to take another jab at Gunna. Brother you a rat, you a pack, which just felt petty on such a high profile single. If you're gonna diss, at least make it slap. Failed rollout. The flop single killed a lot of hype for Thug's upcoming album. UY Scooty was scheduled for May 2025 and was supposed to be Thug's big moment, but the buzz was non-existent. It was days from release and hardly anyone knew or cared. No trending topics, no fanfare. Even after Thug plastered hints on social media and Metro Boomin hyped that he was executive producing the project, the excitement just wasn't there. Ultimately, Thug delayed the album at the last minute, and tellingly, the internet reaction was basically a shrug. No outrage, no OMG, I can't wait. More people said, oh, he had an album dropping, than anything. As fans, we went from bragging about Thug's trailblazing artistry to watching him struggle to get any traction. It's like seeing a former MVP benched because he can't score anymore. You can almost hear the haters laughing. And unfortunately, while Thug was fumbling, his former friend was thriving. Gunna obsession. Here's the irony that stings. The same protege Thug trashed and ostracized, Gunna, is out here winning. While Thug's been entangled in beef and mediocre releases, Gunna's career is phoenix rising like nothing happened. He dropped his album A Gift and a Curse in 2023 with 0 features, since everyone was scared to work with the rat. And guess what? It slapped. The hit single Fuck You Mean soared to number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100, Gunna's highest solo chart position ever. He went from being cancelled by YSL peers to packing venues like the Barclays Center within months. And the music? Pure heat. Even skeptics had to admit Gunna came back hard. He got shredded in the gym, focused up and delivered bangers, while Thug spent 6 months post-release doing everything but dropping great music. Gunna now boasts 34 million monthly Spotify listeners to Thug's 28 million. Think about that, the mentee surpassed the mentor, all while being labeled a snitch. Culturally and commercially, Gunna is up and Thug is trending down. For Thug fans, this is awkward as hell. We were told to hate Gunna for yes-mamming in court.
Yes, ma'am.
And many of us did ride with Thug on that, only to see Gunna drop fire music and basically outshine Thug in every way. Meanwhile, Thug's big album is delayed and his singles aren't sticking. Even on social media, you see a shift. People in comment sections are defending Gunna and telling Thug to chill out. That's a 180-degree turn from a year ago when Gunna was getting flamed. The whole saga is a bitter pill. Thug tried to bury Gunna, but Gunna's thriving, and Thug looks like he played himself. If you're a Thug fan, watching this role reversal go down in real time is brutal. And Thugger, instead of focusing solely on music to reclaim his spot, has been busy lighting up social media with drama, which brings us to the next L, self-sabotage on social media. Being a Thug fan in 2025 means living in constant fear of his Twitter fingers. One wrong post and he will violate probation. Since getting out, Thug has posted one reckless tweet after another, each one making us groan, please delete that. Case in point, Thug's infamous subtweet at Gunna right after release. Drop one of these rats, Peter. My guy really went on Twitter hinting at executing a snitch while on probation. That tweet was so blatantly in violation of his no crime talk terms that the DA tried to yank his freedom back. Thug had to play it off like I was hacked when even his lawyers were face palming. Then came the Kid Cudi incident. In May 2025, Thug saw news of Kid Cudi being subpoenaed in Diddy's legal case and tweeted, "Damn, Cudi a rat?" The internet response was swift and scathing. Fans roasted Thug for calling Kid Cudi, a non-street artist, a rat for cooperating in an assault case against Diddy where he was allegedly the victim. The consensus, Thug was acting like a clown. Thug looked out of touch and immature, and folks let him know it. Young Thug almost 40 and still got the mindset of a child, one comment read, summing up the backlash. Oof. Thug's moves have been head scratchers. He's on 15-year probation, yet was out here indirectly doxing a police investigator on Twitter, posting her photo and calling her a liar. That prompted prosecutors to claim he was endangering her and ask a judge to revoke his probation, thankfully denied. Like, bro, you just got out of jail by the skin of your teeth. Why tempt fate for a Twitter moment? Fans were yelling at their screens, "Stop it! You're gonna send yourself back to prison over tweets." Supporting Thug in 2025 sometimes feels like watching your friend make a series of bad decisions you know will end badly. Every messy tweet is another PR disaster we have to rationalize to others. The Jeffrey we admired, innovative, trend-setting, mysterious, has been overshadowed by Spider, who spent his first months out obsessing over revenge and clout on social media. He let personal grudges dictate his moves, and it backfired spectacularly. Will young Thug bounce back? Maybe. There's still a chance Thug remembers he's a superstar and drops a project so fire that it shuts everyone up. But right now that feels like wishful thinking. At this moment, being a young Thug fan means enduring jokes, disappointments, and a whole lot of headache. Thanks for coming to my Thug fan therapy session. If you found this insightful or at least entertaining in a tragicomic way, hit that like button and subscribe for more real talk. Drop a comment with your thoughts. Can Thug turn it around, or is he cooked for good? Until next time, peace.